Hello, all my fellow doers. Today, I have something special for you. I could do anything, and I'm going to be making a scary story. Well, I hope it is frightening to some. I'm going to make up a story off the top of my head. This story that I'm about to tell you has been told to me many times. Long ago, when I was a child, it was told to me to get me frightened, and I'm going to tell you it today. Some of the facts and details of the story may be skewed because I cannot remember everything. Now let's begin. In a small town, there was a big infestation of wolves. Wolves far and wide that would come and eat the livestock of the townsfolk. The people of the town didn't know what to do. They went around trying to find anybody that could help, setting up traps, trying to hunt down the wolves. But for every one wolf they killed, 20 of their livestock was slaughtered, most of them not even eaten. It seemed the wolves were only killing for fun. So, they had to hire a hunter, an avid hunter, who hunted the wolves for many years. He ended up settling in the town, making it safe. He almost made the wolves go extinct, hunting them one by one. Back in those times, everywhere you would go, there was just a body of another dead wolf. It was tagged to the same man. He was the hunter. He was hunting the wolves, almost making them extinct. In fact, for the past 10 years, there hasn't been a wolf sighting. The man has a family now, and he's settled down, becoming a butcher. In fact, the town's butcher. He makes an honest living and enjoys his life. After the killing of all those wolves, hundreds if not thousands, he gave up his hunting career, became a butcher, until a mysterious evening, the livestock in the town was getting slaughtered left and right. The same cuts that were seen 10 years ago. The new age, the children didn't understand, the young people, but the older folks, they knew. They knew what was happening. They could see it from a mile away. The wolves were making a comeback, but still no one spotted one. One old sheep herder, as he said to the butcher, that he saw a white wolf, the large white wolf that was larger than any other he has seen before. At first, he looked at it and thought it was a sheep that had not been sheared yet. Its wool may be too big, but once it turned around, running for the sheep, he could see the beating red eyes and the fangs, the jaw elongated as it was reaching and running towards his sheep. He had nothing to do. He ran on, barely leaving with his life. But no one believed him. No one thought anything of it. Maybe he was crazy. But then his sheep did die. He couldn't have been making the story up. A white wolf? This wasn't heard of. It didn't snow much, so a white wolf in this part of the world didn't make any sense. What did it mean? What was it? They didn't know. They had no idea what they were getting themselves into. And as this old man asked the butcher, he was a hunter many years ago, to help him with the problem, he dismissed it, saying it was just a stray attack. Maybe he was crazy. But as weeks, months went on, more and more livestock were lost. The butcher was getting less and less money, cutting less and less, making less. It was affecting him and his family. He knew something had to be done. The townsfolk said there needed to be something done. And And since he was the best hunter of all, he knew that he could be the one that changed it all. He asked for 2 things: top-of-the-line hunting rifle and a sheep. He got the sheep, went deep into the woods, bags, packed himself food, told his wife and kids that he'll see them in a week. No one knew about his plan, except for him. He sat in the forest, hours awake, staring at the sheep as it was tied to a post. He was hidden. He knew that if a wolf came by, it would surely go for the sheep, and he would be able to end its life. A white wolf, he thought to himself. A white wolf. It puzzled him. Why? What is it? No one knew. He surely couldn't understand what it meant. Then, a week passed. The family was worried. Maybe he hadn't caught the wolf yet. Maybe he was staying longer until he did get the wolf. Maybe. A few days later, though, the wife got worried and told the sheriff. But the sheriff dismissed it, saying he wasn't missing. They knew he was in the woods. He told us where he was going to be. And he made a remark he wasn't coming back till he got the wolf. The wife exclaimed that he only had enough food to last him for a week. Maybe he was in trouble. Maybe the wolf had got him. The sheriff said it's not enough to go for a search party. But as more days went on, almost a week and a half, the sheriff, the whole townsfolk, were starting to get worried. But after all these days, no wolf had came by to slaughter their livestock. Maybe they did catch it. Maybe the huntsman, the butcher, maybe he finally got the wolf. For after every night, the sheep roamed the grasslands and weren't attacked by any wolf. But where was the butcher? Where had he gone? What had happened to him? Surely he must have gotten the wolf. So they set out a search party. The wife leading, gathering everybody. And everybody was surely lending their hand to help, for what he had done was something that could not be repaid. Their livestock were free. Their livestock were safe before they were slaughtered again by the butcher. The town was out of a butcher. They needed him. They needed to find him, see where he was at. As the search went out, an hour in, they had no sign. 2 hours in, they were getting closer to something. They didn't know what it was. They couldn't see anything, but they felt it. It's been said that as they were getting closer and closer, it was colder and colder and colder. The wife, she heard something in the distance. She told people to stop walking. Their footsteps stopped making sound. There was nothing but silence. And the wife heard again. She paused. And then she ran. She ran as fast as she could towards the sound. Everybody followed her. Then as she got to the sound, after running furiously, she was out of breath. And even though she was out of breath, she let out a scream that could be heard throughout the forest. It's been heard through the whole town, miles away. And as everybody went, they saw a sheep barely hanging on to life, skinny. Starvation. It was barely making any sound. It was exhausted and tired from being let out for days. Seems like it wasn't fed or drinking water. But the wife wasn't screaming over the sheep, no. What her eyes saw was an unbearable sight. The sight of her husband, the butcher, Hunter. His eyes were white, his mouth wide open, one clean cut around his throat. His body began rotting. The sheriff said it must have been killed weeks ago. No. The sheriff said that he must have been killed days ago. In fact, on further inspection, seems he died the day he got out there. How could this be? The wife thought, how? Where did it come from? Where was it? What was it? White wolf. Mysterious white wolf. No one knows to this day how the hunter, the butcher, had died. One clean cut, but it was for sure the white wolf had taken his life. But after that day, no white wolf attacked. There was no attacking wolves on the towns. But if you go into the forest at a certain hour, maybe the hour in which the hunter had been killed, you could still hear the howl of a wolf. Now, many people have said what the wolf is. It's a spirit of all the wolves he had killed many years ago. They wanted their vengeance, as it came down only taking the hunter's life, getting his full revenge for the thousands of wolves he slaughtered, leaving for dead, being eaten by the buzzards. Same thing was happening to him. And it seems that the wolf will strike again. Maybe the wolf is ready to pounce on you. What have you done?